Welcome to this first look map tour with me, MrSealyp. So here we are on the valley, the old farm. I'm sorry I am a few days late with my first look map tour. I had a few internet issues last week. This is the second time of recording this video, as I spent an hour recording the first look, only to discover that I had my recording settings on 10 minutes. So for 50 minutes of that, I just basically spoke to myself. So now I've got the recording settings set correctly and we should be fine. So this is the map by Black Sheep Modding. I've been eagerly anticipating this because I've been following Black Sheep Modding's releases over the last few months. Various different mod reviews they put out of their mods that are coming out, and gameplay, and this map being kind of gradually created. So I've been eager to actually get on it because I've seen bits of it, but now I wanted to see the whole thing. So here we are. We will go into the map to start off with and find that we are at one of 4 farms on the map, and we're just down towards the southeast of the map, down next to field 62, which is just here. We start off with quite a few fields, and what's interesting on this map is there are 93 fields. This is a big map. It really is a big map. There is a lot going on, and it's split into sections. I'm assuming it's been done on purpose. If it hasn't, then it's incredibly fortuitous, but we've got a river that runs across kind of the top third of the map, and above that there's a lot crammed in with the town and the biogas plant and agro life, and there's all sorts going on that top section. The store, the livestock market, all up there. Below that we've got a huge forest area, which to be fair takes up maybe just under another third of the map. So you can imagine over time this area was all forest. It's gradually been cleared, the land's been cleared for fields, etc. If you're into forestry, there's loads on here. It's got a blend of everything. You've got hills, undulations, you've got the river, you've got valleys, you've got flatlands, you've got the town area. What I like is how varied it seems to be as you go across. It's supposed to be a sort of generic European town, and there are sort of hints of Holland with the flat areas, and then areas that very much like, you know, French areas, and then Italian with the hill. It's very clever, you know. I do like it. Anyway, so I'm not going to keep saying I do like it. I'm not going to keep saying brilliant, this is brilliant. I probably will end up saying that quite a lot. And this is probably going to be my second map for a Let's Play. I've been kind of hanging on for this to come out. You'll see why as we go around. But anyway, I'm talking too much. Field 62, Field 91, Field 92, Field 93, Field 25, Field 26, Field 2. They are all fields that we start with. So you get a fair few. So we're going to start here at the farm where we are, which I kind of consider the main farm, if you want to call it that. It doesn't have to be. You can set your farm up wherever you want it to be, but this is kind of where you start. This is where you've got your chickens, sheep and cows are at this farm here. And if we just go a little bit to the northwest, you've got your pig farm just up here by field 93. We are going to get around all of it. What I'm hoping to do, I'm trying to work out the route round. I'm going to do a kind of a peculiar route. I'm going to come out and round, starting off clockwise, then coming up north, up through the town, then hopefully back down to take in this side of the map in the time we've got allocated. But there's a lot to fit in, and this is going to be a slightly longer first look map tour than I normally do. So we'll have a look in store. There are only really 2 main sell points. You've got agro life, and then you've got Raiffeisen, I think it is. Raiffeisen. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Are the 2 main sell points. And obviously the biogas plant, you can sell your you can sell bales into the biogas plant. Your slurry, not your slurry, your silage. Anyway, Stanton sawmill for your wood and your wood chips, and then obviously your wool sell point for your wool, but the two main for all the rest of your stuff. Now looking across the top, we start with a few crops. I've got this set on normal, and you start with £20,000, euros or dollars. It does so show sugarcane with a price, so as far as I'm aware, this is sugarcane enabled. I think it is, but there you go. So coming back out of there, let's get cracking. I am heading at the moment eastwards. That way's north, so not eastward, westward, into the main farmyard. This is going to be fairly whistle stop around here because I like to show people what the map looks like, the textures, the detailing, how kind of realistic a lot of these look, and it's all the extra little bits that make it feel more realistic. Things that don't need to be there, like planks leaning up against the wall, don't need to be there. Serves no purpose, but adds that extra bit of realism, makes it feel better, you know. But I like to leave stuff for people to find themselves. There's nothing worse than watching a map tour and you want to see what the map's like, but they show you absolutely everything, and then there's nothing left for you to kind of have fun with. So starting off, we're into the sort of main farmyard. We've got this split level barn storage area, and what I love about this farmyard is the slope up through the farmyard, and you've got this split level kind of two-tiered effect to the farmyard, and that's nice. It's something different, and like I say, it just gives it a nice realistic feel. But anyway, we start off with a few bits of equipment. We've got, actually let's look in the store at what we've got. So we've got a New Holland 8340, a Case 1455, we've got various front loader attachments. We start off with a skid steer, a JCB 260. We've got the Case 1660 axial flow harvester, Brentner trailer, Coon cultivator, Salford plough, Great Plains seeder, fertiliser spreader, and we've got a manure spreader as well. Don't often start with a manure spreader. I know Altenstein had one as well, but there you go, manure spreader. And we've got a lizard pickup, and we start with a jet wash as well. Very, very handy. I know that will keep some people very, very happy. So not a huge amount of equipment, and not very big stuff. And when you consider the size of the map and the size of some of the fields, yeah, you are going to need to gradually build yourself up. But it's a big farmyard, big area, plenty of space for storage. We've got our fuel just tucked away in here. I like the fact there's a lot of interactive stuff on this map as well. Our liquid fertiliser, I believe, is this one here. Various storage points. We've got, I'm assuming, that's interesting. What's that point for? Is that for seed? And not too sure. That's weird. Unless that's solid fertiliser, not too sure. Jet wash is here in our nice area with the drainage gutter, so if you're going to jet wash your vehicles, all done just here. Our Brantner, like I say, there's loads of doors and things to explore. Little workshops all tucked away. Like I say, don't need to be here, but they're here. There's lots of equipment. We've got our customization point just here for doing any work on your vehicles and changing them up. And then we have this interesting device. We have a big flat screen TV. So when you're doing work on your machinery, you can watch the telly. There's one here and there's one in the farmyard, in the farmhouse, which we'll have a look at the one in the farmhouse in a minute. But yeah, there's one here if you need it. There's one in there. You'll see what they're for in a moment. If we come round up to the sides here, we've got our silo. Now I'm assuming you unload in here and then reload from there. The fact you've got the arrows here, there don't seem to be any slats or anything, so, but I'm assuming this is where it is. I haven't found anywhere else to unload into, so I'm assuming it's here. We've got another little storage barn here with our pickup in, and then through to this side here we've got more storage, more barn space. We'll get round to the top level of the farmyard in a moment. But very quickly, I'm sorry if I'm rushing through this. This is a big map with a lot to get through. So, into the main yard, the main farmhouse. In the barn down there is a light switch as well, just along that wall I think it was. I forgot to show you that, sorry. Our skid steer's up there. Interesting. We'll get to that in a moment too. Let's open up here. So, light switch indoors as well. On the PlayStation controller, press circle, and away we go. Circle to open the door, and we're back to another flat screen TV. This is a phenomenal touch. This is brilliant. If I come over to this and press circle on the PlayStation controller, it kind of brings it to life. There we go. Welcome to the map tutorial. Now it shows you different controls on there, but they don't quite match up to a PlayStation controller. So on the bottom we've got kind of like a loading bar. If I keep my finger on circle, loading bar goes up. If I press square, it goes back. So that's your kind of forwards and backwards on your screens. So if I go forwards, load up the next screen, it goes through basically the entire map, showing you where everything is. So if you're not sure about something, you can look in here. It also gives you the grid reference of whereabouts it is on the map. Very, very helpful. Egg cell points for the sheep, where the water goes, the cleanliness, feeding, loading, unloading of the sheep, where you sell your wool. We go across to the next one. You've then got your pig zone, tells you all about the pigs, parts of the yard where everything is. Yeah, grain storage, there you go. Workshop, wash zone, fertiliser. It was fertiliser that side. And fuel. You are here. That was when I was looking at the other screen in the yard. Excuse me. Scroll across again. And then you've got the cow zone, and you've got the livestock market, where you feed them, where you unload the cows. You know, this is very, very clever. And I can keep going through the Raiffeisen sell point, the shop, how to buy a field, that kind of thing, with information tabs, and there's loads in here. It's very, very clever. I like that a lot. I'm not going to dawdle looking at this all the way through. That's for you to have a look at. If you get stuck or you need something, come in, look at the screen or outside in the yard, and yeah, brilliant. Really, really nice touch, nice feature. Black sheep modding. Their mods are normally phenomenal. The Old Stream Farm I loved. The Valley of the Old Farm is proving to be just as good. Some of these buildings kind of have that same feel and texture as the Old Stream Farm, but they do, you know, they're new buildings. I say they're new buildings. Someone will correct me and say, no, they were on Farming Simulator 13, or I don't know, I started on 15. But it's all so different. There's not another map out at the moment on console that we've got at the moment that I know of that has this kind of style, and that's what I like about it. It's something different, you know. So up onto the top level of the farmyard, and when we come round up here, this kind of, like I say, this split level, like twin ramp thing, we've got a little garden there with a little few bits going on and some play equipment. Wonderful. And we come up this bit and across the top, and this brings us into the top level of the barn area, kind of like a hayloft, which is how you get your skid steer up here. I'm thinking with one of those new conveyor belts, the one that does bales, you can load them up here, up onto the conveyor belt, drop off onto here, skid steer, bosh bosh bosh, line them all up, job done. Or if you want to, just drive other vehicles up here and use it for massive amounts of storage. But it's a clever detail, nice. We have also got gold nuggets. There we go. You have discovered a gold nugget on this map. So if gold nuggets are what you're after, we have them. Back out into the top yard. So I suppose you've got a bottom yard, top yard, more storage. And here we have our bunker silos for fermenting your chaff into silage. But what's nice about these, circle again, I've always found, unless it's a drive-through bunker silo, the ones where you back up into them, loading from the ground level, can often be tricky. Not always, you know. What I like about this is you can back up, tip over the back, and you can kind of gradually fill up from that way. Whether you would be able to drive a vehicle up and over that lip, I'm not too sure, to keep going along the top of it, but that's a nice feature. Something a bit different you don't see every day. Two bunker silos here, and to the side of it here we've got just kind of a storage area of some description. I don't think it's a bunker silo. So heading up a little bit sort of north away from the top yard, we've got our cow shed again. It's different, it's not something I've seen. Slurry pit, gate opens, very nice. And round here, these green kind of mesh fabric roller doors. Look at that! How cool is that? Love it. We've also got inside here the old insect zappers. and all the doors open. Now with these, looking at that first thing, you've got 2 triggers on most of these now, because you've got a gate there and a door. One side is the trigger for the door, one side is the trigger for the gate. So I think this side is the trigger for the door. This one hasn't got a gate, so this is fine. If I go to the other one here, this side will be the trigger for the door. So I do that. If I come this side and press circle, that's the trigger for the gate. So you've got one trigger either side, one for the door, one for the gate. Once all the sliding doors are open, you can close the gates and you don't then have to close those again. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. It's your farm, do what you want to do on it. But this is the cow shed, the cow area, and if I come into here, this is where you can load and unload, or you can purchase direct and have them transported to you for a fee. Jumping over here, got another bunker silo just here. Nice big open area for placeables. You want to stick silos and stuff and whatever you want to do. More barns, more whatever you want to do. You've got a nice placeable area, plenty of space there to do it. And then we've got our sheep area, which is just over here. Wall pallets spawn here. Feed area just here. Around here, click on it. Where is it? Just in here. There we go. For loading and unloading of your sheep, or if you want to do your direct delivery, just here. Nice big open sheep pasture. Now, what I do like about the cow one, I'm going to whiz around very, very quickly. Bear with me. I'll see you in a second. So, the sheep pasture grazing area kind of swings right the way around from the back there all the way down here. And I like this little feature. Again, something different. You don't see every day. You've got the road runs across the top, and not the sheep, the cow pasture, sorry. And the cows can come down under here into the pasture the other side as well. This is, again, it's a great detail. It just gives that really kind of realistic feel. You know, I really like it. It's very, very, very clever. That's the main yard, and I know it's been a bit of a rush round, but there is so much to see. So, next, where am I heading? Pick up. Yes. Oh, our case is here. More storage space, more barn space and racking for pallets and whatever you want to do. There is no shortage of barn space on this map. Anyway, yes, right, let's open that up. I prefer to do my map tours in tractors, but they are quite slow, so I will use the pickup. Oh, nice little view in there from there. Turn it on. And out we go. So, coming out of the yard, try not to kill any chickens on the way. If I go out to the right now, it takes me out to the... We'll have a look at the map. You've got kind of a loop road that runs around all the way around the outside with a few roads coming off it. Then a road that goes kind of up across the middle, up past the pig farm. I'm now facing south. If I go west, it will take me to that central road. If I go east, it's going to take me to the outside road. I'm going to do that first just to show you part of the map. I'm not going to show you the entire map because obviously that, you know, that would be crazy. It's way too big. Can't manage that. So let's go out across this lane. Now, what I have noticed about this map that I really do like is some people prefer big wide open maps. Some people prefer those kind of billiard table big flat American maps. Everybody has their favourite kind of style. A lot of people are getting fed up with the English style, tight lanes, fences, hedges, that kind of thing. I love the fact we don't get the mud thing, the mud mod on PlayStation, and generally speaking when you go through these it's just a sort of a texture effect. The fact it does look like you're actually driving through a muddy puddle, again, nice feature. It's a little thing and it's minor, but it's kind of makes me smile. Is this we've got parts of the map which are fenced in and have gates and are very much that kind of English style, English, Irish, Scottish, you know, all those kind of things. But then a lot of the map is very, very wide open, allowing you to move around much bigger machinery. It also allows you to plough fields together and give you more space. If you prefer those massive field types, then that's what you can do. So you have got these big wide open areas. You've still got your hillsides and your sweeping landscape and that kind of thing, but it's not all heavily closed in, which I think is very, very good. I like that. Let's just jump out here very quickly just to show you. On I think all of the fields, as far as I'm aware, missions are available. Field prices, what's that, 2.7 hectares, 225,000. It's about average. It's not particularly cheap, not particularly expensive. I think what they've got here, and I'm assuming this works on consoles as well, is the ability to, on certain fields where there are hedges, you can remove the hedges, you can plough them out. So if you want to combine fields that are separated by hedgerows, you can actually plough them out. Some of the hedges have got fences in, which obviously then you can't do, but that's a nice touch. Very, very clever. Black Sheep Modding seem to think of everything. So we're in the bottom third of the map now, and like I say, you've got enough, there's enough detail, enough landscaping, if you want to call that, topography and geography. It's interesting, it's nice, the roads are nice and wide, it's not as small and tight and compact as the Old Stream Farm was, and that's why I think there's a big contrast between the two maps, and I like that a lot. This road here is the central road that kind of runs up the middle of the map, and we've got a forest. I'm going to whiz the forest, then we'll come back. The forest is huge, and like I say, maybe just under a third of the map is taken up by forest. More barn space off to the left here. Huge fields, no shortage of missions and contracting. This is a big, big map. Now, like I say, we've got this bit here, little triangle of trees. And you can imagine that as the land's been cleared and the forests have been cleared back, it's just one of those little sections that just hasn't been cleared, it's been left. Nice little feature. And here we are, the forest proper, and it is a big forest. If you like forestry, you aren't going to run out anytime soon. You're going to have to play multiplayer and really go at it to clear this. There's no shortage of fields, but if you really wanted to clear the forests back and make more fields, that's entirely up to you. But this goes on, and let's have a quick look on the bigger map. I'm down at the bottom between field 81 and 76. A little arrow will appear. And this is the first little bit. It goes all the way up, goes across. I mean, it is huge. I believe the phrase is mahoosive. Phrase? Word. Not phrase. Not phrase. It's just a word. Mahoosive. It's somewhere between massive. Mahassive? Doesn't matter. I'm going to stop talking. Right, back to that main track. I'll see you there in a minute. So, mini-map back on. So, taking a left now, up what I'm referring to as the middle road, whatever you want to call it. This runs kind of up the middle. There's a few little twists and turns. When we come back up here, the main farm that I was at is just on the right hand side, just over there. If we carry on up here, we come to the pig farm and field 93 that we own. Oh, this little sweep down, this little valley bit, oh, it's great. Try not to say brilliant all the time. It's a great map. Great features, great textures, great details. Awesome, that's another word I'm going to use. It's awesome. So I'm going to put up just to the side here. Now again, what stands out? The pig farm. This isn't like a normal pig farm. Normally you get your pig pen with the pigs, little pigsty things in them, and this is where you can unload and load for your pigs. And that is here. We've got that. We've got our little pigsties. We've got our muddy area. We've got, you know, where you're going to unload your straw and your feed points. But we've also got like a barn space. It's a bit different. You don't often get these for the pigs. I'm assuming that's going to be where you unload your straw for the pigs, and I'm assuming they're going to roam around all the way around here. We've got our pig slurry pit just here, and then just here I'm assuming this is the manure point. Now I don't know whether you're going to have to muck out yourself or whether it will automatically go into these places. I do like that touch on the west coast, having to muck out yourself. I know a lot of people find it tedious and it's a pain and that kind of thing, but again it just adds another kind of little hint of realism to it, which I'm liking that. Feed area I believe is along here. What you also get for free, thrown in bonus time, is the Black Sheep modding Bisa storage tunnels. There's a few of these on map, the ones with doors and the ones without. This was a mod that comes out a while ago. They've kind of thrown it in for you, free of charge. Very nice indeed. So yeah, all very good. So it's like I say, it's different. It's not your standard fare. They've really thought about, you know. You can, I mean, of course, making your maps, you can take bits from other people and you can plonk them wherever you want. And a lot of maps, I like pretty much every map that's come out. I like them. I don't play on all of them. I don't have the time to, but I do like it when you get a map and it's different. There are things on there that have been done purposefully. It's not just another building. Well, that was on this map, plonk, put it on there. This was on this map, plonk, put it on there. Yeah, and like, I could be proved wrong. People on PC will say, "Oh, that was on this map, this was on that." Absolutely, it may well be. But for me personally, the whole kind of console thing, this is all new. It's just different. It stands out. It's great. On our left now, as we're heading north, just on the south of the river, we've got our sawmill with some poplars growing, it would appear, in little rows. How very neat. We've got most of these got in and outs, which I like. You've got an in and out for both bits. We've got our crane set up for our lumber point. Now I don't know if the river acts as a mill pond or not. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. I couldn't say for definite yes or no. Nice little bridge going across the river there into the fields. I know a little bit further along the river there's a ford as well for getting through. I'm not going to be able to get to all of it, unfortunately. And then round to the sides here we've got our wood chip sell point. All nicely spread out, plenty of room, lots to see and do. Right, back out from here. We're going to head north up into the town itself. And that's what I meant earlier when I said there are real different kind of sections to this that really stand out to me. You know, you've got the big open field areas back there. As you move up through the forest, it becomes a little bit kind of more tighter, more cramped, a little bit more packed in. We come across the river and then you come into the town and you get that real feel, that sense of change in the whole landscape, that you're into a more densely populated area. Like I said, tons of barn space. There's no shortage of barn space tucked away on this map. If you want to store stuff, you're going to be able to store it. Little roads and lanes leading all over the place. There's a bank, I think, just over there, or a cash point just over to the right. If we head up the hill, and we'll chuck a left just here. We'll come back around to that bit in a minute. And I think we've got, what's it called, Lager House? Lager House just here on the right. Fertiliser and seed and an egg sell point just in there. If we take a fork off here and up the hill, so we're heading west now towards the outer edge of the map, but we're going to come to the biogas plant, which is just up over this hill. There is an in and out, very efficient, very organised. So in or out, it's up to you, whatever you'd rather. Go whichever way you want. But again, it's not your standard biogas plant, it's laid out differently. Massive bunker silos, I mean they are huge, maybe not as long as some of the ones on some of the maps, but they are massive, very deep as well. We're going to ramp up to our anaerobic digesters, our sell point. If it's like most maps on FS17, you will not be able to tip with the trailer, they just don't allow it, it's against the rules. Not Black Sheep modding specifically, everybody, it doesn't matter what map you go on, every time you get a map where you think brilliant a ramp or brilliant a different sell point, we can use trailers to tip, they don't let you. Our Digestate Tank just here, I'm assuming the trigger for that is here. Normally the triggers for those are around where the steps are, but I couldn't get this gate here to open. Okay, no, this one wouldn't open unless I'm just not at the right trigger point. No, So I'm assuming it's here. But anyway, I could be wrong. I think it is, but it might not be. So, back out from here. I am rattling through this. I can only apologise. I want to get it all done. I want to fit it all in. Up out of here, out of the exit, or entrance, whichever you choose. We then come into, just here, AgroLife. This is the first of our sell points. We have got the AgroLife, and again, nice interesting buildings, different sort of designs and shapes. To this side, we've got our sell point. And round the corner here, we've got a straw sell point, which is just there. I believe that's the straw sell point. Yes, it is. I think there's seed and fertiliser. Yeah, I think we can buy seed and fertiliser and stuff here as well. Back out onto the main road. Now we are pretty much in the northwest corner of the map now. I'm going to head back this way, back into the town. There are loads more fields up across this top section. I apologise for that little pause. My PlayStation controller turned itself off and I crashed into a telegraph pole. How rude. Yeah, looking over to the left. Yeah, the landscape is brilliant. I honestly don't know if I do a Let's Play on this. I don't know how I'm going to get to see most of the map, because you know it's like you start doing certain fields, and to have enough money to buy enough of the fields, you could play on this for months and months and still probably not unlock most of it. Well, say unlock, but you know what I mean, buy most of the stuff you need and spread out far enough. You end up kind of sticking to one farm area, and that's where you kind of end up. I just missed there. That looked like a big open space. Oh, more barn space tucked away in there. Anyway, heading back through the town without running anyone over, there should be a turning, if I'm looking at the map properly, just here. There we go. Which takes us up to our main store. There we go. Black Sheep Modding Shop. Excellent. So we've got our storefront there. And around to the side here, we've got our customization point. What's around the back? Ah, more of our tunnels, the Biogas tunnels. These ones without the gates on the front, and slightly chopped down versions as well for storage. A nice big open. Another. I'm assuming this is a placeable area and not the spawn point for vehicles, but it could be the spawn point for vehicles. That's normally around the front where you actually do your purchasing, but it could be. More gold nuggets sitting there on the shelf. So that's the store. I'm trying to get it all in. I feel myself rushing, and I can only apologise. I'm excited. It's brilliant. It's a good map. Loads going on. If I turn left now and head out of here, what have I missed? The Livestock Market. Where's the Livestock Market? I've got this mental list in my head of all the things I need to make sure I fit in. I don't want to forget. I think. Where is it? Just here. I'm trying to drive and map read at the same time. I don't have sat nav turned on, so it's not talking to me. Here we go. Slaughter. Our Livestock Market. Almost identical, if not completely identical, to the one in the Old Stream Farm. If we come up with a little ramp here, we should have our buy and sell point. There we go. So if you're going to bring your own trailer up, and you can pick any animals you like, this is where you're going to come to buy and sell, if you don't want to do it at your purchase points at the particular farms. That's the Livestock Market. I do like this design one. Don't get me wrong, I do like an Emerson's. I do like the big bull on top of the building and that kind of thing, but this one is nice. Something a bit different. Now if I go left out of here now, that'll take me up around the top of the map again, back to where I was up the top by AgroLife. If I come back onto this main road and turn left, yep, this is where I want to be going. There's a little kind of tunnel lane that goes under this bridge. Oh, it's great. It's great. I'm going to say it again, the detailing is awesome. And it is a huge map. I mean, it is massive. more forestry up here. Look, you know, just in case you run out of trees to cut down. There's plenty more over here. Right, whizzing round the corner here. So we're now heading kind of eastward again, back towards the eastern side of the map. If I take a left here, so we've done the main farm, we've done the pig farm. This is the third of the farm areas. I like this one. I kind of wish this was the main farm. I suppose you could make it your main farm. I could work out of here and then go and visit other areas, but barn space, shelving space, more barn space to the left. Lovely little farmhouse. How very neat and quaint. Barbecue, you need a barbecue. Another silo. Ah, that's what I forgot to talk about. 1 second. If I scroll to the left and we get to, there we go, right hand side, statistics, storage space, 800,000 litres. No shortage of storage space. I know a lot of maps you generally get that initial 100,000, then you've got to add silos and that kind of stuff. They're giving you 800,000 straight off the bat. Whether excuse me, whether or not in, you know, most of these maps then get a first update after a week or so. As people play on them, they find issues and things, and they'll do an update. Whether that will get changed or not, I don't know. But at the moment, 800,000 litres. So we've got another silo set up here. We've also got a bale and straw sell point just to the left. Back out of here, through a little puddle. Nice. And left again. We come to the second of our sell points on this map, which is Raiffeisen or Raiffeisen. Again, I'm not 100% certain. All the different crops you can sell. Now, there is a price for sugarcane, but on the sign it doesn't say sugarcane. But that said, if this map was in creation for quite a while and this was kind of all prepared and they did this, it may well be that it was a kind of an addition after the fact. So it may well not be the case. Now, I don't know if this is a storage place as well or just sell point, because you've got all of these tubes that you would kind of normally see in storage bunkers. But we've got seed and fertiliser purchase point. We've got another, I think that's bale and straw sell point. And here I'm assuming this is the sell point in here. Well, didn't like that very much. Just in there. So Raiffeisen, that is your second sell point on the map. Now, I'm going to have to do a bit of a whiz across the map now to get to the last point I want to show you. I haven't by any means shown you the whole map. If I go left here, that kind of follows that loop right the way around. We're at the northeast corner of the map pretty much now, and that takes you down the eastern side of the map. There are no more main structures, sell points, anything. There are more fields, there's more great topography, there's more forestry, there's loads of stuff on that side of the map, but I want to get to the kind of the main points of the map. So bear with me a minute and I will get to where I'm going, and then when I get there I'll tell you where I am and why I'm there. So I am at the moment rapidly hammering down the western side of the map, heading south to the last point I want to show you. So we are now on the other side of the forest, pretty much on the other side of the map, complete to where I was a minute ago, to the last place I wanted to show you. And this is the fourth of the farm points. This building looks very, very familiar from the Old Stream Farm. What we'll do is just pull in there and open, there we go, open the gate. Now, this is a farm in so much as you have got bunker silos, you have got storage space, barn space. What you've also got is a kind of workshop area, very much like it was on the Old Stream Farm, this whole building section. More barn space here, round in the corner here, which I like. You've got your customization point. You've also got a fuel point. This is in essence a farmyard. However, this massive open space is for you to do what you like on. Be as creative as you want. Make your own farm. Make this your main farm. Whatever you want to do on it. So there are kind of the four main ones. There's the one in the north east corner of the map that's got that lovely red barn and the silos. You've got the main farm where I started. You've got the pig farm, and then you've got this area. So do what you will with it. Leave it. You don't have to do anything with it at all. But this is the last of the points I wanted to kind of show you on this rapid tour around the valley, the old farm. It is a brilliant map. It's not, again, that's my opinion. It's not everyone's cup of tea. People will comment and say it's rubbish, I don't like it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. It may not appeal to you at all. What I do like about it, however, is the fact that there really does seem to be something for everyone. And again, it might not be for everyone, but I like the fact you've got low-lying areas, big wide open spaces, you've got fenced off areas, you've got a ton of forestry, you've got the town at the top end, it's big, there's plenty of road space, the traffic isn't too insane that you're constantly having to vie with traffic if you were moving big vehicles about, but like this, very flat as you look across, but then it dips away and you've got, you know, it does seem to be lots of maps all rolled into one, which I'm liking. I really am liking a lot. So I think that's pretty much it from me for this first look map tour. We'll just have a quick look in the kind of main map-ish. So I'm on the western side of the map, down between field 80 and 81. A little arrow will appear, and we've pretty much been around the whole thing. It is huge, but it is great. It is an amazing map. Black Sheep Modding have done it again. They are incredibly good at what they do. Looking at that map, you look and think, well, you know what I'm going to do is just click off that, click in here and go back to here. The fields aren't that big, but it's a big map. It's deceptive. You look at field 1 up by the biogas. It's a big field. There are some very big fields, but they don't look big on the map because of how big the map is. But you've got lots of areas where you can plough a load of fields together and have some absolute monsters if you want to. And then it goes right the way down to some tiny ones up around this top area in the northeast corner. Some very small fields. Something for everyone. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative and useful in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.